He was about 5 minutes away from home. It was about 11 o'clock at night. I understand a car couldn't coordinate round the bend, travelling too fast, and went head on to Keith. And then I found out, you know, that he'd been in this bad car accident. And it was obvious that from the first words he spoke, he was in a 30-year time warp, so he didn't know me for 2 weeks. We've been married 24 years and he can't even remember us meeting. And he can't remember us getting married. He remembers nothing of our married life at all. I never realised what would be involved, and if I had have done, I would have been petrified. I understand that solicitors specialise in certain areas, and I knew nothing about serious law, and I have realised what a great help they are in this certain field of expertise. They seem to have the answers. When Keith first had his accident, we were involved with another firm. In hindsight, they were nowhere near as good as serious law were. As soon as they came on the scene, it was altogether different. I felt as though there was somebody there I could speak to, I could have contact with, and if need be, have personal contact with, whereas before you felt miles away.
As soon as we got involved in Keith's case, things took off because of our experience of serious injury cases. We knew the lines of inquiry that we needed to start, which hadn't been started to date, sadly, and we knew the levels of evidence that we would need in many different areas which hadn't been sourced or facilitated so far. So we moved on getting those in place and moving as soon as we possibly could, and that started to make an immediate difference to Keith's case and therefore his well-being.
But it was obvious when he came home that he was having difficulty with the stairs and various things. So we were looking out for a bungalow to move to. We saw this one and we both felt this was right, didn't we? So there was enough money available to buy it.
The most important thing for Keith and Diane when I became involved as the deputy for Keith was to ensure that they got into their new home as soon as possible. They needed an adapted house, and a house was found for them. We went through the process of buying it for them using the settlement monies that had been achieved by serious injury law in the first place. I kept involved in ensuring that at different stages work had been done before I was prepared to release any funds, to protect the funds, to make sure we weren't paying money over willy-nilly, and that the builder knew that he needed to do a job that was a good job for the right kind of money, and I tried to do that as if it were my own house.
Yeah, I couldn't have done it on my own back at all. They've taken all the burden of this place, and they're still doing it. I didn't realise how important it was initially that Keith had a deputy guardian for all his financial affairs. Because at first I thought, well, I can do it all. But then I realised that I couldn't do it all. And if I have any difficulties, Tim's at the other end of the phone, that I can talk to him about anything. And if he can, he'll help me.
I have a very strong relationship with Keith and Diane. I do. I think they think that as well. I try my best to not get too involved in their life as best I can, but the things I do behind the scenes ensure that it is and should be a strong relationship. I like them immensely, so yes, we do have a strong relationship, and I expect it will continue for a long period of time. I hope so anyway.
He's a good lad. He's done well for me.
All I can say is without serious law, I would be hopelessly lost. They have been absolutely superb. I can't praise them highly enough because I wouldn't be where I am now if it hadn't been for them.
That's right. I think they would say that serious injury law and the lawyers and the people they dealt with have made a difference to their circumstances. It's a small part, it's a massive journey for them, it's a massive life-changing event for them, but in being able to help them with certain aspects of their life, we've made our mark on them, I think, in a nice way. And you can just see it in the way they are with each other and the looks they give each other and the way that they talk to each other, that they're happy, and that makes me happy.
If one's in predicament, they will be very beneficial and supporting to you if you're called upon them.